Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayana Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiri Nashtuprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. So continuing with the discussion on Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 2, text number 30 onwards. Chapter 2, a remembrance of Lord Krishna. So Uddhavji is further speaking to Vidurji about the pastimes of Krishna. Text 30. Pariyuktan bhojrajena maina kamarupina lilya vyan udattanstan bala kridana kavniva. The great wizards who were able to assume any form were engaged by the king of Bhoja, Kansa, to kill Krishna. But in the course of his pastimes, the Lord killed them as easily as a child breaks dolls. So Kansa used to send so many, here it says the great wizards, but so many demons, so many asuras. But Krishna killed them all. The atheist Kansa wanted to kill Krishna just after his birth. He failed to do so, but later on he got information that Krishna was living in Vrindavan, the house of Nanda Maharaj. He therefore engaged many wizards who could perform wonderful acts and assume any form they liked. So these wizards, or the asuras, so many, like Prabhupada named them, Putna, Aghabsur, Bakasur, Shaktasur, Trinavrata, Dhenukasur, Arishtasur, Keshi demon, they could perform many wonderful acts and assume any form they liked. Means, to get that kind of power, to take any form they like and to perform wonderful acts, do all sorts of sorcery, they had to perform so much of tapasya to get those powers. It's not easily available. It's not like you're born with it. You have to do so much of tapasya. And what was the end result of that tapasya? Of course, one best part was they came to kill Krishna. So at least they took darshan of Krishna. But end result was they became demons. They became asuras. So any power without devotion service, without a favorable attitude of service towards Krishna is useless. Actually, it's harmful. All of them appeared before the child Lord in various forms like Agha, Baka, Putna, Shakata, Trinavat, and Dhenuka. And they tried to kill the Lord at every opportunity. But one after another, all of them were killed by the Lord, as if he were only playing with dolls. Children play with toy lions, elephants, boars, and many similar dolls, which were broken by the children in the course of their playing with them. So these all these asuras, they thought they're very big, and Krishna is very little boy. And like when Putna came, Krishna was only 6 days old. When Shaktasur came, Krishna was 3 months old, very, very little baby. And Krishna never increased his size when he was killing these demons in Vrindavan. But still, Krishna killed them all. Just like Prabhupada said, or the shloka said, child plays with the dolls and he breaks the dolls. It was so easy for Krishna. And in Vrindavan, especially when he was playing the pastimes of a little boy with his cowherd boyfriends and Mother Yashoda Nanda Baba, whenever all these demons come, Krishna and Balram also never picked up any weapon to kill them. Sometimes just with the punch, sometimes with the kicks, sometimes just grabbing them, they would kill them. No weapons were used when they were, as long as they were in Vrindavan. And another a part of killing of Krishna, and the quality is All these demons who got killed in Vrindavan, they got liberation. They never had to take birth again. Of course, their liberation was also different. I mean, almost all of them had the same level of liberation, except two, Putana and Aghasur. They were special. So Putna, we read about her that she got the position of a mother in Golok, Vrindavan. So she has become a servant of Yashoda Maya in Golok, Vrindavan. Other demons, except Aghasur, other demons, they because they came with this envious attitude and with the real intention of hurting and killing Krishna, Krishna's friends, so they got Sayujya Mukti. Just like we previously heard, when Krishna killed Shishupal, Shishupal's soul merged within the body of Krishna. Of course, after the merging in the body of Krishna, the soul went out and went back to Vaikuntha. But these demons that he killed, they were so heinous that Krishna had to liberate them, but they all got mukti, merging in the body of Krishna. Means they will never get birth again. Because it is um, Krishna's promise in Bhagavad Gita also. Krishna says about his dham, Vrindavan dham. Yad gatvana nivartante tad dham parvam. One who comes to his dham never goes back. So you all might say that we all go to Vrindavan dham and Dwarka dham, Jagannath Puri dham, Ayodhya dham, but we all came back to Delhi. Well, in our case, what Krishna does is because we are not purified yet, so he gives us a chance again to go back and get purified and come back to Dham. But because we have gone to Dham of Krishna in the favorable mood, I mean, not in any enmical mood, even if there's no love, but still there's a favorable mood or well-wishing mood or out of curiosity, out of innocence mood, we have gone. So we develop some appreciation for Dham. We develop some liking for Dham. We develop a hankering for Dham that I want to come back and progress more, get purified, more purification I need. So that's a devotional attitude. But these demons who went there, Krishna said they will never get out because they never got out alive from the Dham. Now, why in case of Aghasur? Because I mentioned Putna and Aghasur of all these demons. And these are just a few demons that Prabhupada named. Actually, Kansa, every single day, he would send 2 or 3 demons to kill Krishna. And Krishna and Balram and all the cowherd boys, they would kill those demons before lunch. Even that was also noticed, before lunch. Why? Because they're all boys, little boys. They want to get their appetite all worked up before lunch. If they kill all these demons or they play around, their appetite is increased so they can eat nicely more and more. So, and Krishna wanted to take care of his friends that they should eat more. So all these demons would come before lunch, and Krishna, Balaram, they would kill, or sometimes the boys were also involved. And then they would go for lunch, and they really talk about how good Krishna and Balaram and how he punched the demon like this, and he kicked the demon like this, and he strangled the demon like this, and everybody would enjoy their lunches and talking like that about Krishna and Balaram. So this was their pastime every day. So what about Aghasur? Coming back to Aghasur. Aghasur, Bakasur, and Putna, they were 3 brothers and sisters. What a nice family. They probably had very good family album. So Aghasur, when he came to Vrindavan, he took the form of a gigantic snake, very big snake. And he lied down in the path on which the cowherd boys were going to pass. and with his mouth open. Huge snake. It is said that his upper lip was touching the clouds. So cowherd boys, along with Krishna, they were walking by and they saw this body of gigantic snake. They couldn't understand because there was no end of that snake, and the mouth was open, the upper lip was touching the cloud, and his lip and his tongue was coming out and resting on the ground. They thought it's a nice highway, his tongue, and his body looked like a big cave. So before Krishna could even warn them, all the cowherd boys, they started running towards this Agasur's mouth. And they wanted to get inside the cave. They thought this is a nice cave and we'll play inside. Now Krishna was looking at them and all the boys went inside the mouth of Agasur. And Agasur's mouth was still open because he was waiting for Krishna to come in. And when all these boys went inside the mouth and inside the body of Aghasur, of course there are two versions. So one version says all the boys died because there was so much of poison inside the body. And one version says, maybe some other kalpa, that they all fainted. Now Krishna was outside and he saw his cowherd boys are in and they died. So Krishna wanted to rescue his friend, so he also went inside the mouth of Agasur. And when Krishna went inside, then Agasur, understanding now Krishna is in, and he closed his mouth. So Krishna first went inside. He gave he enlivened or revived his friends first, and then Krishna expanded his size so big that he burst out of the mouth of Agasur, and he brought all his cowherd boys outside. And when he burst out of the mouth of Agasur, Agasur died. But Agasur's soul came out of the body and circumambulated Krishna and went back to Vaikuntha. Now the cowherd boys didn't notice all that. Now acharyas have explained that why Aghasur went back to Vaikuntha. What did he do? He was such a heinous demon. He wanted to kill Krishna. He had killed Krishna's boyfriends. Why he got this special liberation? Because in the process of killing Krishna and killing Krishna's friends, he gave Krishna's friends some pleasure because they enjoyed playing on his tongue inside his body, thinking it's a tongue. So unknowingly, he ended up serving Krishna's friends, Krishna's devotees. So Krishna, noticing that he didn't intend to, but he still served my friends. My friends played inside his body. They enjoyed. Of course, afterwards either they fell unconscious or they died, whatever the case may be. But even for a moment, if he had served his friends, served his devotees, Krishna would notice that. Krishna noticed that. And so much so that Krishna was grateful of Aghasur. Of course, he had to kill him, but he was so grateful that he sent him back to Vaikuntha as his servant. That is Krishna. This is the mercy of Krishna. This is the gratefulness of Krishna. So many times we think, oh, I'm doing so much of service, I'm chanting, I'm doing this. Is Krishna really noticing anything? So from this story, we should not have any doubt. Even an iota of doubt, we should not have. Yes, Krishna is noticing everything, and Krishna will reciprocate at the right time. Do not worry. We just have to keep on performing our devotion service in a better and better and better way. That's all. So any service done, that's what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. Swalpam apyasya dharmasya trayate mahatutya. Swalpam apyasya. Even little service done, little progress made on this path of yoga, it protects one from the biggest kind of fear. So we should not never have any doubt. This is actually the advantage of reading Prabhupada's books. That philosophy starts becoming clear, and we start developing more and more faith in Krishna and Prabhupada's words. So, so now Krishna, he killed all these demons just like a child playing with the dolls, and it sometimes breaks the toys. Before the Almighty Lord, any powerful living being is just like a toy lion in the hands of a playing child. No one can excel God in any capacity, and therefore no one can be equal to or greater than him. Nor can anyone attain the stage of equality with God by any kind of endeavor. Jnana, Yoga, and Bhakti are three recognized processes of spiritual realization. The perfection of such processes can lead one to the desired goal of life in spiritual value, but that does not mean that one can attain a perfection equal to the Lord's by such endeavors. So nobody can become equal to the Lord. Krishna is Krishna. Krishna is the Supreme Lord. He is always the Supreme Lord. He does not become the Supreme Lord. And no matter what we do, we can never become equal to him. The Lord is the Lord at every stage. When he was playing just like a child on the lap of his mother, Yashoda Mai, or just like a cowherd boy with his transcendental friends, he continued to remain God, without the slightest diminution of his six opulences. Thus, he is always unrivaled. So nobody can become equal. It's a big time misunderstanding and illusion, a false hope of Mayavadis that we are all God and we'll become God once we realize we are God. This is nonsense philosophy. Of course, people get bewildered and sometimes people get angry with us because Shankaracharya said this thing that we'll all become God. This is his philosophy. And Shankaracharya, yes, we have all respect for Lord Shiva, who came as Shankaracharya, but the philosophy is not right. It's the philosophy we are against. And this is what Prabhupada, whenever any words like would come on that he would even hint at this Mayavad philosophy, he tried to clarify everything. And he had written big purports to refute that philosophy, to defeat that philosophy, to give us a clear understanding. Text 31. Vipannana vishapanena nigriha bhujgadipam uthapyayad gavastatoyam prakriti sthitam. The inhabitants of Vrindavan were perplexed by great difficulties because a certain portion of the Yamuna was poisoned by the chief of the reptiles, Kaliya. The Lord chastised the snake king within the water and drove him away. And after coming out of the river, he caused the cows to drink the water and proved that the water was again in its natural state. Okay, so here there is no purport, but this is the Kaliya Daman Leela that Krishna performed in Yamuna, or certain portion of Yamuna that is like a little pond right next to Yamuna. So we have discussed this pastime before, and there is no purport, so we'll go to the next one. Text 32. Ayajayad Gosavena Goparagam Vijotame Vittasya Chor Bharasya Chikirshan Sadvayam Vibhu. The Supreme Lord Krishna desired to utilize the opulent financial strength of Maharaj Nanda for worship of the cows, and also he wanted to give a lesson to Indra, the king of heaven. Thus he advised his father to perform worship of Go, or the pasturing land and the cows, with the help of learned Brahmins. So this is about the Govardhan Puja, and he wanted to teach a lesson to Indra also. Since he is a teacher of everyone, the Lord also taught his father Nanda Maharaj. Nand Maharaj was a well-to-do landholder and owner of many cows, and as was the custom, he used to perform yearly worship of Indra, the king of heaven, with great opulence. This worship of demigods with the general populace is also advised in the Vedic literature, just so people can accept the superior power of the Lord. The demigods are servants of the Lord, deputed to look after the management of various activities of universal affairs. Therefore, it is advised in the Vedic scriptures that one should perform yagyas to appease the demigods. But one who is devoted to the Supreme Lord has no need to appease the demigods. Worship of the demigods by common people is an arrangement for acknowledging the supremacy of the Supreme Lord, but it's not necessary. So demigods, as Prabhupada writing, they're the deputies of Krishna to manage the universal affairs, material universal affairs. And common people do worship them, and it's mentioned in the Vedas, but one who has become a devotee, who is trying to become a devotee, for him it's not necessary. As a matter of family tradition or as a matter of respect for the demigods, one can keep on worshiping. That's not a problem. But understanding that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and anything that we want actually comes from Krishna only. Such appeasement is generally recommended for material gains only. As we have already discussed in the second canto of this literature, one who admits the supremacy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead does not need to worship the secondary demigods. But we should not disrespect them also. They are the representatives, they are the deputies of Krishna to manage the universal affairs. So we should be very careful. Sometimes we become fanatic and we end up offending and disrespecting, insulting demigods. They are on a very higher level than us. So we should be careful of that. This happened when Lord Krishna was present in the universe, and thus the Lord wanted to, sometimes being worshipped and adored by less intelligent living beings, the demigods become puffed up with power and forget the supremacy of the Lord. This happened when Lord Krishna was present in the universe, and thus the Lord wanted to give a lesson to the King of Heaven, Indra. He therefore asked Maharaj Nanda to stop the sacrifice offered to Indra and use the money properly by performing a ceremony worshipping the cows and the pasturing ground on the hill of Govardhan. By this act, Lord Krishna taught human society, as he has instructed in Bhagavad Gita also, that one should worship the Supreme Lord by all acts and by all their results. So Krishna in the end, towards the end of Bhagavad Gita, he does say, Sarva Dharman Parityaja Mam Ekam Sharanam Vraja. And also he said, Man Mana Bhavad Bhakto. So give your mind to me, think of me, worship me, offer homage unto, offer obeisances unto me, surrender unto me. It is always clear what Krishna wants us to do. That will bring the desired success. The Vaishyas are specifically advised to give protection to the cows and the pasture ground or agricultural land instead of squandering their hard-earned money. That will satisfy the Lord. The perfection of one's occupational duty, whether in the sphere of duty to oneself, one's community, or one's nation, is judged by the degree to which the Lord is satisfied. So that's the perfection of one's dharma, if Krishna is satisfied or not. So to Nanda Maharaj, Krishna advised, why you're worshipping Indra? Of course, Nanda Maharaj was doing it because it was a family tradition for so many years. They've been doing that. But then Krishna told him, oh, Everything that we need is fulfilled by cows. And cows, they get their grass, they get what taken care of by Govardhan. So let's worship Govardhan. So he talked everybody into worshipping Govardhan. And worship of Govardhan, Nand Maharaj says, so how do you want us to do? Okay, so first you offer this wonderful offering, so make annakut, and make the full hill of prashadam, offer it to Govardhan, and then we'll do circumambulate Govardhan, we'll do parikrama, and that's all. We worship Govardhan. So they did all that. Of course, it's a long story, maybe some other time. Govardhan Puja time is also coming up. It's not too far, day after Diwali. So we can discuss that day in detail. So they all followed Krishna's instructions, and somehow Indra got very angry. And he came with his clouds and the thunderbolt and the wind, and he tried to destroy Krishna or Braj. But Krishna, when he lifted Govardhan and he held Govardhan on the pinky finger of his left hand, not even right hand, for 7 days and 7 nights. Afterwards, Indra realized this boy cannot be just an ordinary person. He has to be the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But even for 7 days, 7 nights, Indra kept on throwing with all his might, the thunderbolts, and the rain was coming, and every drop of the rain was like a big column. And the wind was blowing. It was not just a sweet breeze, it was really a horrible wind, like a hurricane. But he could not forget about Krishna, forget about Brajvasis or the animals of Brajvasis. He could not even destroy a single leaf or single grass of Braj with all his might, because Krishna had protected everything. That is Krishna. So anyway, we'll stop here. See anybody has any questions or comments.
Thank you, Prabhuji. It was very nice class.
Thank you, Mata.
Hare Krishna, Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
The purpose of all these pastimes is to increase our faith in Krishna. But even after hearing so
and
many
as the chapter says, remembrance of Lord Krishna.
remembrance of God. Yeah. It helps in remembrance definitely, but the faith is not building up. We are not able to still worship Krishna as this one only occupation of ours, because even after knowing the greatness of the Lord, we're still interested in our own material affairs, and we just come to remember Krishna or probably engage in devotion service only part time. So why is this so? And after knowing so much great Krishna is, why we are not able to engage in pure devotion service?
Well, the beauty of devotional services, or beauty of the advancement in devotional services, is the person never realizes that he is advanced. In fact, he thinks he has not made any advancement, made any progress. That is even more beauty of bhakti. The fact that we are, by Prabhupada's mercy, we are still performing devotional service. We are still engaging more and more and more and more in bhakti, and slowly the taste for material enjoyments are going away. Even if we do it as a matter of duty, that's a different story. The taste is going away. So that means we are making progress.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you very much for that encouragement.
Obviously, the faith is there and everything is there, and we are making progress. That's all.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you very much. It's actually whenever I ask one question and you answer, it gives a lot of reassurance that we are not on the wrong track.
It actually gives me assurance. You all are sitting in India, in the pious land of India. I'm sitting so far away. So I'm getting your association, your mercy, and assurance that I'm doing something right.
Sitting in a far off land, you are connecting us to Krishna. That's your specialty. Wherever you are, you make it Vrindavan.
No, you are making my connection. Otherwise, I'm nobody.
Thank you, Prabhu.
It was very true question, Prabhuji. I think it was just resonating my thoughts also. Thank you for this question and beautiful answer.
Thank you, Mata. Yes, Vinay Prabhuji, Haribol.
No, nothing, Prabhuji. I was just listening to the humbleness, dhara prabha of humbleness from both the sides, from your side and Radha Prabhuji's side. You're greeting each other.
Well, Radha Prabhu's humility is well known. And
Yes.
I'm like, if a thief says I'm thief, is he being humble or is he being straightforward?
No, Prabhuji, not at all.
So I'm like a thief. No, I'm saying I'm a thief. I'm just telling the truth.
This is, I think, Prabhuji, one of your class when you mentioned about patit. When you say yourself patit, something like that, then only you become close to Krishna. And one example you gave, where you says, if somebody says us, you are mad or something, we immediately get angry, and we are so arrogant. Immediately we reply on that. I mean, sansaric people. But if we kept on, saying ourselves that we are patit, I think that's called the sinful people, and we say we are. But Radha Prabhuji used a term called exalted. Those things. So then only we'll get the mercy of Lord. I think you're using the same strategy.
Well, whatever you think, I hope it works.
But Prabhuji, you're far above us on this spiritual practice.
No. I'm nowhere, Baba. I'm nowhere.
We are getting the mercy of you, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu is the thief only, but thief like Krishna.
Sorry, Prabhuji, I didn't get you.
I said, Vijay Prabhu is a thief, but he is like Krishna. Krishna is also thief.